Nicole, you mentioned that balloon that flew over our country. First of all, they tried to pretend like our government didn't know what it was. They weren't going to say anything to us. Then they were caught. We found out it was, in fact, not only was a balloon, it was a balloon from China, and they tried to convince us. I remember, was it John Kirby telling us that it was just some sort of other balloon? It wasn't a surveillance balloon. And then they had to do a 180 on that because it turned out it was, in fact, a spy balloon.
Absolutely. I mean, back in February, John Kirby, the White House National Security spokesperson, told the American people that there's no such a thing called the CCP spy balloon. He said that was the weather balloon for a commercial purpose. And remember, he said that on February 15th, and the first CCP balloon was spotted on January 28th, and she was lying through his teeth. And then, because of the media report and because the people raising up their concerns, finally he admitted this was the CCP spy balloon. And then Secretary Blinken canceled the trip. And now Biden said in the G7 summit press conference that he would like to have a thaw in a frosty relationship between the Biden administration and the party of Xi Jinping in communist China. So that's why when the CCP Cuba-based spying operations were reported by all the news media outlets, John Kirby and even Pentagon spokesperson Patrick Ryder denied it, said they were not aware of the existence. And then, thankfully, all the media continues to report, and we continue to discuss about this. And then, so they finally admitted this was a CCP spying facilities targeting the U.S. Military. So, I mean, how can American people place their trust and confidence in this administration when they just cannot tell American people the simple truth? And what they're trying to cover up? Well, they're trying to appease Xi Jinping. And that's why they announced the denial to Moscow's bail request on the same day when Blinken's visit was announced by both the State Department and the CCP's Foreign Ministry.
It's interesting because you're right. That spy balloon flew over our entire country and they lied to us. They allowed it to fly not only over the entire coast to coast of our country, but it flew over our military sites and it collected and gathered in real time an enormous amount of data, which it transmitted back in real time to the CCP in China. And then they waited and then shot it down over the coast of South Carolina, which they claimed to do this was over because they didn't want it to hurt anyone. But what it did is I think it showed a huge compromise, as you just pointed out, there where we cannot trust this administration regarding China because they told us 5 different stories regarding this balloon alone. They've told us many, many other things, and it turns out none of it was true. In fact, it was a surveillance balloon from the CCP.